busy at the moment. Now, can't you tell that I'm in a really important race? I'm in a Formula 1 race. What do you want? You want to buy some controllers? I bet you do. I want to win this race. I will hold you personally responsible for ruining that race there for me. Right. No, it's finished now. It's done. So if you can just wait there 1 second, okay? So rude. Hello there. Well, thank you so much for ruining my little game there. It's probably normal etiquette when you walk into a store, especially a game store. If you see a gamer that's perhaps gaming, the best thing might be just let them game, let them enjoy themselves. What do you mean you're in here to purchase some things from the game store? I don't care if you're here to purchase some things from the game store. That's not this kind of game store. What stores have you been to in the past? Ones that serve you. Well, that's not this kind of game store. You wait until I decide the time is appropriate for me to serve you. So let's refresh ourselves here. Hello there. Welcome to the game store. How might I help you? You're here for some game controllers. Okay, right. See, we're moving. We're getting places now. Okay, with normal etiquette. So, what sort of game controllers are you looking for? You don't know. Well, what games do you play? You don't know. I see. What console do you use? You don't know. Okay. And you want to buy some game controllers. You don't know that either. Right, well, you've given me pretty much 0% worth of information there for me to go by, but I shall use that to my advantage. I shall be able to find you some game controllers, I think, which could be very suitable for you and get you the appropriate things you need to enjoy all of your games which you might or might not have playing on the console, which you don't quite know what it is. Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. So you bought a PlayStation 5, right? And a Nintendo Switch. Right, you've got a PC and you want to do some gaming on there. I see. Right, you could just tell me that at the start. So you are at the perfect place to acquire all of those things, because it's here that I specialize in all things games and all that sort of tech stuff that we love. And this store, we try to keep it as relaxing as possible. If you've been to the game store before, I served you last time. No. I'm pretty sure and quietly confident that I would remember such an individual such as yourself. No, please don't interrupt me. I haven't seen here before, so don't you worry. I will get you accustomed with all of your gaming things that you require for gaming, and we will get you all the controllers that you need. So, in terms of games, you said you had a Nintendo Switch. Right, I see. What do you mean? You have a Nintendo Switch, but you don't use the controller? Yeah, don't say no more. You're looking for a little controller like this, aren't you? Yeah, that's the controller. So what you do, you pair up you've got your Nintendo Switch, and then you slot it into this controller set here, and then you're able to use all the joysticks and the buttons and the arrows and everything like that appropriately to make sure that you can fully enjoy your game, take it wherever you need. Okay, this is a necessary item for your Nintendo Nintendo Switch. Now it's exceptionally expensive because, you know, this is premium equipment for your Nintendo Switch, but I'm sure we could work something out there for you as well. So no, this is just display. I've got the real thing down below. It's just to keep persons such as yourself, untrustworthy persons, keep you at bay, so to speak. And I will do all the manhandling, and I can show you everything that you need. If you're new to gaming, then you know how important it is. It's not just about holding a controller, which I probably won't let you do at the moment, but it's about listening to it. You're going to be listening to that game subconsciously, that controller, game controller, for I don't know how long, enjoying your games. So one, it has to sound right, it has to look good as well, and also, well, feel right, but I'll do the testing for you, don't worry about that. So this is what we've got here, which is probably the best for your Nintendo Switch. So let me get that for you. It's just below the desk. Try not to steal anything. Thank you. So let me get this out here for you. So we keep the products actually away from the boxes because, well, persons such as yourself who look like yourself enter this store now and again, and we want to make sure that all of our items are safely put away for more regular customers. I hope you don't mind. So I've got a power pack here just to make sure we can mimic the RGB lighting here for you. So let me just turn that around, plug that in on the bottom, and as you can tell, a real premium looking controller here. So this is for your Nintendo Switch. Okay, your Nintendo Switch, it will go on the top here. It will be connected via a USB-C port here, and then you can enjoy all the gaming you possibly desire. It has the RGB inside, so this is a very aesthetically pleasing game controller, which I think you're really going to like. So perhaps you'd like to have a little listen to that, listen to the sound. Okay, it will require silence and no questions. Okay, excellent. Okay. On the back here, you have the ML and M and R, MR. These are the back buttons that you have here. So if you want to be a better gamer, then you have options for extra controls here on your controller. So it's really jam-packed with everything that you need to have a good listen. That sounds really, really good. So including those buttons there, it's a really lovely transparent design. So it's kind of like the old transparent Game Boys that I had, and all of the professional gamers like myself had. And this mimics that look with the RGB built in. It has all the buttons that you need. So you have your joysticks here, joystick there, and all your arrows and other buttons here. So that really is a first-class controller, one that you definitely need for your Nintendo Switch, right? Yeah, just making sure that you knew. Yeah, so that is an essential one. Now it comes in quite a hefty price, but we get all onto that later on. But in terms of relaxing to this particular controller, because it's all very important to relax controllers, this is a top one. And like I said, only the best gamers would have a controller like this. So is this something that you'd want for yourself? Of course you would. I thought you would. Right, so that's a good choice. The other games that you said you have, yeah, okay, so you're probably looking for some controllers compatible with your PC. And you sure you've got a graphics card that can handle games? Just checking, just checking. So here's another controller for you. This controller is exceptionally smart and intuitive, and it looks really amazing as well. But before we even talk about it, have a good listen to it. Let me know what you like. Okay. So if you had a good listen, good, because I won't be doing it again. So this controller, as you can tell, visually it's already so aesthetically pleasing with the RGB lights. It makes you feel like a true gamer, but also the ambience just helps with the whole enjoyment of whatever you're playing. A controller like this, of course, is exceptionally expensive, especially from this store, because I, of course, am the one that's selling it, and I've touched it. But it follows the same format. Are you familiar with Xboxes and controllers? A little bit. So it's the same sort of layout with the joystick, so they're not in the middle here. They're offset on the controller, but this can be considered even better for gaming and give you more of a enhanced performance when playing the games, because by golly, you probably need it. So this controller, really smart on the back. You have all of the things you need there. Charging port, R1, R2, L2, L1, all of your buttons there, your on and off buttons, customization, everything like that. It's a very weighty one and also exceptionally premium, so this can be connected to your Xbox, PlayStation and your PC. So you could be really serious about gaming. You'd like this controller, of course you would. I thought you would. It's exceptionally expensive, but I think it could be suited for a gamer who clearly is as experienced as you. Let me put that in the collection there. Okay, right. So I have a particular controller here. You said that you play some games. You clearly don't know what games you're playing, but you need a very specific controller that all gamers have, which I haven't been able to share. I mean, which has been selling like hotfire, and it really is a controller which is specifically designed for very professional and pro gamers. They all have it. This particular controller here is what we would call an arcade controller. So this is specifically designed for sort of arcade games, things that you would go to an arcade for. You'd have all the buttons, the pressing things, and the joystick. This basically mimics that, and it is a perfect controller for you to switch off and relax to. It has all the features that you want from an arcade, but the proof is in the sound of this particular controller. I think you're really going to like it, right? So if you're going to need a controller that's fast-paced and going to keep up with all of the experienced arcade games that you might be playing, and all the other games, this is a controller which you definitely need. So it's compatible with literally every game to a certain degree, and you can be anything in your games and use this controller to control whatever it is you're playing. Might be a little bit difficult at first, but it's an acquired taste, and this just screams professional gamer to all those who own one. Okay, so you have your joysticks here for navigating wherever you need to navigate in the game. You have all of your buttons here which act as square, triangle, circle, X, left, right, up and down, and all of that as well. Your R1, R2, L1, L2 buttons, it's got all of them here for you to use. So everything can be used here. It's just a slightly different format, but you'll find it very relaxing to the sound that it makes is one which shows true value in a controller. I think you're going to really like it. So if this is something that you're interested in, something that you'd like, of course, you'd like to hear it one more time, right? So would that be a controller that you'd like? It works especially well on Fortnite. What's that game? Don't worry about it. So you would like this one as well? Excellent. I'll just pop that in the collection here. Don't worry, we've got many others for you to choose from. So this controller is one for all consoles, but specifically for Xbox, PlayStation. That's where you'll benefit from this one a lot. If you want something which is a bit more bulkier, a bit slightly heavier, but it's going to improve your gaming drastically, almost give you a handicap because you're probably so bad, then this particular game could be one that really helps you excel in all of those games that you apparently play. So this controller is RGB as well. It has the ring around the edge and it looks so premium and so nice with a sort of transparency black to the case. So the casing already visually, it's so nice. It looks so great, but most importantly that it sounds great. So would you like to have a little listen to this particular controller? Of course you would. And what games specifically do you have in mind when using a controller such as this? You can name any. I won't laugh too much. Your PlayStation 1 games. I see on your PlayStation 2. Right. Yeah, this is compatible with it, so don't you worry about that. This is compatible with all controllers. Yeah, so you will have a great time with that. Have a good listen. As you can tell, the clicking sounds of the buttons are perfect. In so many ways it sounds great. But also the arrows, they're all nice and weighted on there. And having something a little bit different for those who might struggle to find where X and square, circle, and triangle might be. There's 3D versions of that on the controller here, which really do help for the noobs among, well, not us, but you, people like you. So you get extra clarification of the buttons, which you probably need to look at when you're gaming, like this square, circle, and X. So that might be a beneficial attribute for the controller for you, almost as if it's made specifically for noobs such as yourself. So this is a really great controller. And I think you're going to like it quite a lot. So a controller such as this, would this be a controller that is of interest to a completely experienced gamer such as yourself? How much is it? It's a little bit on the higher side, running about $200, but we could bring it down a little bit by $5 because I think it could be of use to someone like you. Of course, yeah. You're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome. I'm here to help you. That's what this game store is all about, is making sure that the customer gets everything they need to pursue their gaming career. So I'll pop that down below. I'll get another one here for you, which I think you're going to really like. So you seem to have a bit of a problem deciding what games that you actually play with. I've never encountered a gamer who's quite been that sort of disposition. But let me just move this. This is a Logitech joystick, which I think could be really well suited for you, and be the controller which beats all other controllers, because you can customize this in a way that you don't need to use your second hand. I mean, you can for other buttons, but this particular controller, you can do everything that you need to, almost like you're on a VR headset. Well, what's a VR headset? Let's not go there. But this, you can hold it all in one hand and do whatever you need to do within the game, within reason, of course. But the joystick offers some extra sort of immersion in that game that you're going to be playing. So you have a joystick on the top here. And the beautiful thing is that that's a joystick on top of a joystick, so you get best of both worlds there. Accompany that joystick on the top, you get all of your buttons that you need there as well. So have a good listen to this controller. Let me know what you think. perhaps you're flying around in your Hawker Hurricane or your Spitfire or hot air balloon, whatever you're flying, or perhaps you're playing another game, I don't know what. But this is a joystick which will be connected to all and offer a great gaming experience. The layout, the feel of it, the size of it, the sound of it, it's all perfect. It's perfectly relaxing, perfectly balanced, and perfectly there to help you improve in your gaming, because by golly, you probably need great improvement already. Yeah, some people a bit of a lost cause in gaming, and you just strike me as one of those, unfortunately. Of course, I mean that in the very best of ways possible. Okay, so here's the joystick. Have a nice, good look. I can tell that you like the look of that. It's the rubber ring round here, the joystick, so it gives an added bit of realism, something that you probably find in real life joysticks that you find on planes and cars, etc, etc. So it's very immersive, it's very weighted, it's got a nice weight to it, and it feels great. So would this exceptionally expensive joystick be of interest to you? Excellent, good. Yep, I could see you really are an experienced gamer. What gamers always think, the more controllers you have, the more experience of gaming you have, and the better it looks when you've got people around, because you look like someone who really knows what they're doing. So let's put this down here for you for the time being. So I know what you're thinking, this is a PC mouse. Well, if you do a bit of PC gaming, then you need a gaming mouse to enable the enjoyment of all of those endeavors that you've got. So this kind of counts. This is a really nicely weighted PC mouse. It's got RGB lighting in it, which is very pleasing to look at, but it also includes all of the extra buttons, but with a nice weight to them as well. So it actually feels like you're participating a bit more in that game that you're playing and probably losing at. So we have buttons on the side here, buttons on the top here. We have buttons on the top here as well, main buttons, and then middle scrolling wheel here as well. Also included extra buttons here and here. And then you can customize these and the sensitivity of these with buttons on the back here as well, which of course is very beneficial for your gaming. So perhaps you'd like to have a nice little listen to that. PC mat, which I'm sure you've got already. This glides over so smoothly, it's so perfect, and you'll just notice all of your gaming improves. This particular mouse offers just great overall gaming. It feels perfect in your hand, it's the perfect size, and it will be intuitive to your touch. So would this be a mouse that you're interested in? Good. What's the price? We'll get on to prices later. Okay, let me pop this here for you. So I have a really nice controller here for you. This is compatible with all of your consoles, including your PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and all of your other games. I'm quietly confident. And this will give you an experience which immerses you through means of RGB lighting. It changes in accordance to the intensity of your game, and it just helps your overall gaming experience. But this offers a nice transparent buttons here for your arrows, the joysticks here as well as the buttons, the key buttons here on your right. So it is something which is different than that's already on the market already, but this particular gaming controller is one which will set you apart from all your friends. It has buttons on the back as well, so these could be customized to give you those quick triggers that you probably need to give you some sort of handicap in a game, because you most likely desperately need any help possible to keep on par with perhaps noobs. So I think this can be a controller which could benefit you. It's kind of reminiscent to a PlayStation controller through this aspect, but then it changes to sort of Xboxy controller with the joystick layout here. So it sort of looks like it's inverted, but it's not really. So if you'd like a nice listen to that, and tell me what you think. Also on the front here we have a touchpad as well, which is quite common for a lot of gaming controllers these days, so for easy scrolling and ease of use there as well. Could be beneficial for someone like you. So this includes all the things that you need in a controller. What do you think of this particular one? Well, it's really smooth, it's textured on the sides, got a really nice grip there. It's in a matte black finish and it's RGB. I mean, what more could you possibly want from a controller such as this? Would this be something that you're interested in? Good, good. £1,000. So I know that you've got quite a lot of controllers at the moment, but I believe that this particular one, which is unable to sell, so I mean it's been a hot seller since we've had it in stock and we've only got very few left. This really ugly, I mean really good looking controller, forgive me, is one which I think has been saved for someone such as yourself, someone who really appreciates gaming and controllers and knows the art of every controller and understands it's almost like a sculpture. Yeah, we could be profound as that, absolutely. So this has really nice buttons to it. as clicky as the other controllers, but it has all the same perks like the extra buttons on the back. Which is very reminiscent to a PC mouse. But then we've got all the joysticks on the front, which just run so smoothly. With your arrows here and your control buttons here. But what's even better is that you've got all your easy access buttons here. So your home button there, your other buttons here, volume, plus, minus, and what beats it is that you've got RGB rings around here, so it's kind of like a customizable PC, and you could change those colors accordingly as well to your fancy. It's a really nice black, matte black finish with texture on there. It feels great, it sounds great. Yeah, I see this has piqued your interest a little bit. I see. This is compatible with all of your gaming consoles. What about your Game Boy? Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure it's compatible with your Game Boy. There's no returns on this as well. But I'm pretty sure it's compatible with it, and it will really up your gaming, like with Mario, Super Mario, etc. So you'd be interested in this? Excellent. Good, good. What was that, sorry? And what about that first steering wheel controller? Yeah, no, don't you worry about that. That's our most expensive. Let me have a good look for that one there for you. So you mean the Thrustmaster Ferrari Formula 1 controller? Well, this is a controller which beats all other controllers. So if you want absolute immersion in your gameplay, and if you do a lot of racing games and as good at it as I am, then this is a controller which you're probably going to be interested in. So this is the one I was using when you really disturbed me when you walked in. But it has a lot of amazing features which are all customizable in game. Say if you're using or playing a Formula 1 game, and you'll find that this particular controller can act as what you actually would use in a Formula 1 car. So every knob, every click, every button that you use on here is what you would actually use in a Formula 1 car. So you can literally have hotkeys galore and adjust everything to tweak your car, to balance it, to adjust oversteer, understeer, change your tires, talk to the pit crew, change your trim, your gear shifts, everything you can do with this Thrustmaster Formula 1 Ferrari controller. It's all there, and it's the ultimate controller for really experienced gaming nerds. Okay, I myself am one of them. Okay, all of the other experienced gamers have a controller such as this. Yeah, it comes in a price though. This is about £1,000, okay, plus £500 if you want the racing gloves with it as well, which are compatible with this particular steering wheel. But before we get to all that, why don't you have a good listen and let me know what you think. So what you probably found, what I find already, is that I've wrecked my car, my setup, and unbalanced everything there. But everything is perfect for this controller, and the beauty of it is that you have all of your information that comes up on this LED screen here as well. So what you'd see in the car, you can customize that to what you see. So your engine temperature, tire temperature, controls the state of your car. Talk to the pits. You can see you've got your rev lights here as well, so you can easily know when you need to change gears. So it goes from green to red. So when you reach max rev, so everything on this controller is what you need to have the ultimate gaming experience, and it really is one of the big controllers. So I highly recommend getting this. Oh yes. This is exactly what you need, and it would be compatible with all the things you need. What was that? Well, of course, you need to buy the Thrustmaster separately for the actual steering wheel to connect, and I think you probably need some paddle share, like your pedals there as well, which are also Thrustmaster connected. But this is very compatible, and this will offer a gaming experience like no other. So if you're interested in this particular one here as well, excellent, good. I'm really pleased to see that, because I think that you actually are quite an experienced gamer. Well, you seem to have accumulated a lot of controllers today. How about we get those out, lay them out here for you to see what you've got. Perfect. Just pop that there for you. So we've got a nice little joystick there, which is going to be just right. We've got your arcade controller there, which you're probably going to struggle with. I mean, have a great time with. Okay, you've got your PC controller there. We pop you there, and another controller here. We pop that right here, shall we? But there's good, excellent. Have your other controller here, the transparent one. This one looks absolutely amazing. We'll just place that one there for you. There's another transparent controller here. This is literally compatible with everything that is compatible. Okay, we'll place that one there. Have your one with the transparent buttons there, which look absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to place this one over here. I think we'll get this to balance it out there. Just place that there, pop it there for you. This is so you can just admire what we've gone through at the moment. I think you're going to really love all this. And then finally, for your Nintendo Switch, which you may or may not actually have. I haven't quite worked out if you actually own one or not as of yet. Perfect. So as you can tell, you've got quite the collection there that you've accumulated, and I think that you're going to have an absolutely amazing time with all of your new controllers here. So I think you're going to have an absolutely amazing time with all of your controllers here. So price-wise, yeah, so this is going to probably accumulate to about £3,000 to £4,000, but you'll get all of the boxes with it there as well. Plus, because you seem like a very special individual, I'm going to throw in those Formula 1 racing gloves there for you as well, for the controller for your Thrustmaster. Well, I'm sure I'll see you again soon, perhaps to add some accessories, maybe. I don't know, for your controllers, because you have such an amazing time with all of these. So, did you enjoy yourself? Did you get everything that you possibly needed from the game store today? Good, and you feel nice and relaxed, happy with the whole service. I'm so pleased to hear that. You know, it's an absolute honour to serve you, someone such as yourself, who we would consider, in layman gaming terms, a noob. But that is a compliment, of course, because it means that you are new to things, and you're here to appreciate gaming. Yeah, good. I do offer a game shop such as this. So thank you so much for coming to see me. Take care of yourself. Well, we do lots of other games in our game store as well, but you should probably visit those and come back and check all that other stuff out as well. Yeah. Okay, take care of yourself. Cheerio.